wake up and find a dagger stuck in the ground, right next to your head. Attached to it, a warning from Hasan Sabbah. If my assassin can strike this hard stone, he can strike your soft heart just as easily. Stay away. That was the true power of Hasan Sabbah, bringing empires down without spilling a drop of blood. When you hear the word assassin today, what comes to mind? Hidden blades, hooded heroes leaping from rooftops? The Crusaders called them Hashashin, the hashish eaters, a name meant to mock them. But they called themselves assassination, the faithful, those bound to the fundamental truth. They didn't field an army, yet they made kings afraid to sleep in their own palaces, because they were history's very first shadow agents. Hasan Sabbah's men were not just sword-swinging barbarians, they were the most elite spies of their era. They mastered Latin, Greek and Persian. They could quote scripture like a devout priest or haggle in the market like a seasoned merchant. They were the original sleeper agents, waiting in deep cover for years just to seize the perfect moment. Finding a dagger plunged into the ground right next to your head wasn't a myth. It was a terrifying 100% real historical event. It was a living nightmare experienced by the Seljuk Emperor Sanjar in the year 1117. The emperor was marching with a massive army to lay siege to the Alamut Fortress, setting up camp near Khorasan for the night. His royal tent was guarded by a living wall of the empire's most elite soldiers. It was so tightly secured that not even a bird could fly by unnoticed. Yet, when he woke up the next morning, he found that infamous dagger plunged into the floor, mere inches from his pillow. Not a single guard was harmed. Not a single lock was broken. To understand their true terror, you have to look at their greatest masterpiece, the assassination of Nizam al-Mulk. In 1092, arguably the most powerful man in the Middle East, he traveled surrounded by a heavily armed convoy. He was completely untouchable. But Hasan Sabbah didn't send an army to fight him. He sent one man, disguised as a humble, wandering Sufi mystic. The assassin slowly approached the vizier's royal litter. Because of his holy disguise, the elite guards simply stepped aside. In one swift, fluid motion, the mystic drew a hidden poisoned blade and struck the Grand Vizier down in broad daylight. But here is the most chilling part of the story. The assassin didn't run. He didn't try to escape. He dropped his weapon, stood perfectly still, and smiled peacefully as the guards hacked him to pieces. Why? Why would a highly intelligent elite agent throw his life away so willingly? The answer lies in the darkest secret of Alamut. Hasan Sabbah wasn't just a warrior, he was an architect of the human psyche. Marco Polo tells us of a terrifying ritual. Recruits were given a potent potion laced with hashish and secret herbs. As the drug took hold, reality dissolved. They drifted into a heavy slumber. They awoke not in a fortress, but in heaven on earth. Gardens flowing with wine, music in the air, and beautiful women attending to them. To these young men, this wasn't a dream, it was the ultimate truth. For 3 days, they lived a life of pure ecstasy. And then they were dragged back to reality, back to the cold, unforgiving rock of the castle. The withdrawal from paradise was agonizing. In that moment of vulnerability, Sabbah offered a deal. Do you want to return? As they pleaded, he gave them a blade. Kill for me and my angels will bring you back. Even if you die, you will return here forever. That recruit was now a weapon, a fearless assassin driven by a promise of paradise. And yes, the gardens were real. This was the birth of modern espionage. So tell me, if you were in their shoes, would you have believed the lie? Answer in the comments.